A very good morning, students. Now, today in this class, we are going to discuss about types of database function in MS Excel 2007. Yesterday, in the previous class, we have discussed about the types of time lookup and reference functions in MS Excel. Now, today's in this class, we are going to discuss about the types of database functions in MS Excel. Now, let us see. Now, this slide shows you use the information about the Excel database functions. So what are Excel database functions? Excel database functions are designed to help to work within a database. A large number of organized data records stored in the Excel. It is nothing but a Excel database functions are used for managing the data data that is large number of organized data records stored in the Excel. Now, what are the database functions that we use in Excel is nothing but a database functions are sum, average, count, etc. They also use criteria arguments that allow you to only perform the calculations for a specified subset of the records in your database. So this is about Excel database functions. Okay. Now let us go to the next slide. So next time it gives the list of all the Excel database function. So what are the list of all Excel database functions is daverage, dcount, dcount A, dget, dmax, dmin. So what is this daverage? Daverage calculates the average of values in a field of a list or database that satisfy specified conditions. Okay. It calculates the average of values in a field of a list. Average of values means, what is the meaning of average of values? It is nothing but totaling of all the values in a list divided by number of list, depending upon the specified conditions here in database. Because it is database function, compulsory it will take into consideration specified conditions. Okay, now let us go to the next database function is dcount. Returns the number of cells containing numbers in a field of a list or database that satisfies specified conditions. Okay, so it is returning the number of cells containing numbers in a field of list. Number of cells containing numbers, dcount. Okay, count means it is counting the cells which contains the data. Okay, numbers in a field of list or database that satisfies specified conditions. Next is daverage. That is why it is saying daverage. That is database average. Then dcount A returns the number of non-blank cells. Count A means it returns the number of non-blank cells in a field of list or database. What is that? Satisfy specified condition. Non-blank means the cells which contains data. Okay, in the cells where the data is present. In some situations, students, we see the cells which don't have the data that is nothing but called blank cells. We call them as a blank cells because there is no data in the particular cells. Now when you say non-blank cells means it is the cells which contains the data in the fields, data in the cells which contains the data. Okay. Now let us go to the dget. Dget returns a single value from a field of a list of database that satisfies specified conditions. Okay, it returns a single value from a field of list or a database. It returns a single value from a field of a list or database that satisfy the specified conditions. Again, dmax returns the maximum value from a field of a list or database that satisfy specified conditions. That is why these are all database functions which starts with the word D. Daverage, dcount, dcount A, dget, dmax, dmin. Okay. Now what is this dmin function? It returns the minimum value from a field of a list or database. Okay. that satisfy specified conditions. So these are all database functions in Excel. Now let us go to the next slide. It is continuation of the other database functions in Excel. Next is dProduct, seventh one. So we have 12 types of, here in this class we are discussing about the 12 types of list of, actually we have a list of 12 types of database functions. Okay, now dProduct, then dstd, dstdev, then dstdevp, then dsum, dvar, dvarp. Now let us see what is this dProduct. Calculates the product of values in a field of a list or database that satisfies specified conditions. It calculates the product of values. Okay, product of values means we multiply the values. We multiply, product means we multiply the values in the field of list or database. Next, calculates the standard deviation of a values in a field of a list of, in a field of a list or database that satisfies specified condition. Calculates the standard deviation. Okay, calculates the standard deviation of values in a field of a list of, in a field of a list, okay, or database that satisfies specified conditions. Next is the dstand evp. Calculates the standard deviation, okay, based on an entire population, standard deviation of values in a field of a list or database that satisfied specified condition. Now next one is about dsum. Next database function is dsum. Calculates the sum of values in a field of a list of a list or database that satisfy specified conditions. Next one is dvar. Calculates the variance. Okay, it calculates the variance of values in a field of a list or database that satisfy specified condition. Next one is dvarp. Calculates the variance based on an entire population of values in a field of a list or database that satisfy specified conditions. Okay, students, so these are the list of database functions in Excel, that is daverage, dcount, dcount dget, dmax, dmin, then dProduct, dstdev, standard deviation, okay, stdev, then stdevp, okay, specified condition. Next is dsum, dvar, dvarp, okay, based on an entire population, that is why it is saying p. Here also calculates the standard deviation based on an entire population, that is why it is saying dstdevp. Okay, now let us go to the next slide. This slide is about the daverage function. What is the use of daverage function and what is its syntax? This slide is displaying the information about the what is the use of daverage function and syntax of daverage function. Now what is the use of daverage function? The Excel daverage function calculates the average of values in a field in a database for selected records that satisfy user specified criteria. Okay, it calculates the average of values. The name itself is specifying average. Average means sum total of all the values divided by the number of values. Okay, it is calculating the average values of a field in a database for selected records that satisfy the user specified criteria. What is the syntax of daverage function? Daverage, open the brackets, database comma field comma criteria. Now let us go to the next slide. Here in this slide he is explaining the arguments in the syntax. That is the arguments in syntax is daverage, database. What is database? What is field? What is criteria? Now what is database? A range of cells containing the database. The top row of the database should specify the field names. Next is the field. The field within the database for which the average is to be calculated. This can either be a field number or can be the field name. Okay, field number or name. That is, the header is the top row of the encased in the codes. That is area, quarter. Example he has given here. Field. Field means it is a field within the database. The range of cells containing the database. It is a range of cells. Okay. Next is the criteria. A range of cells that can contain the criteria to specify which record should be included in the calculation. Okay. For example, he is giving here that is a quarter area is greater than 2 north. Okay. Now, this is about the arguments of the d-average function syntax. Now, let us go to the next slide. Now, next slide, he's showing in this slide, he is taking the example for explaining the d-average function. Okay. Now, here we have a simple database which stores the sales figures for four sales representatives over 4 quarters of a year. 4 sales representatives are this one: Jeff, Chris, Carol, Tina. Okay, these are the 4 sales representatives for which 4 quarter years he's showing the sales figures. Okay, area he's taking quarter, 4 types of quarters: 1, 2, 3, 4, and area north, south. Okay, 4 types of sales representatives and sales value. Okay, now this is an example he's taking. Now let us go to the next slide. Here he is taking an example. See, in the example below, the d-average function is used to calculate the average quarterly sales in quarters 2, 3, 4 for sales reps Tina. Okay, for sales rep Tina, that is a condition. That is nothing but called, that is criteria. The criteria are specified in cells F1 to G2. Here F1 to G2 is a criteria specified, and the format of d-average function is shown in cell F3. Okay. Now, what he is saying, he want to calculate the average quarterly sales in quarters 2, 3, 4 for the sales representative Tina. Okay. Now, the above d-average function calculates the average of values in cells D9, D13, D17, and therefore the returns the value this one, 2,68,333. Okay. Now, see here what he is saying. He is taking the quarters 2, 3, 4. Here, what is the quarters 2, 3, 4 is 2, 3, 4. Here he want to check for the sales representative Tina. Okay, here Tina is on 2. It is 2,22,000, and then Tina on 3. Okay, quarter 3 Tina 3,95,000, and quarter 4 Tina 1,88,000. Okay, what he is doing? He is adding the values of 2,22,000 and 3,95,000 and 1,88,000, and after adding he is taking the dividing the value by 3. Okay, see, A1 to D17 he is taking. So this is what, that is quarter 1 greater than 1. He is saying quarter greater than 1 because he is taking 2, 3, 4, and sales representative rep is Tina. So he is entering the formula equal to D average, open the brackets. So here we have seen the syntax: database, field, criteria. So what is database here? That is, database is A1 to D17. Okay, here you can see from here starting of the cells to ending of cell D17. Then he's saying sales. He's taking a sales F1 colon G2 here. He is returning 2,68,333. So he is taking the total of these three and dividing the total by 3 and is getting the output 2,68,333. Okay students, this is an example which is explaining how we can use d-average function, that is one of the database function in Excel. Okay. Now let us go to the next slide. Excel decount function. Okay. Excel decount function returns the number of cells containing numeric values in a field of a database for selected records only. Okay. It returns the counting the number of cells containing numeric values in a field of a database for selected records only. Okay. Now the syntax of Excel decount function is decount database comma field comma criteria. So this is the syntax of Excel decount function. Now let us go to the next slide. Here he is explaining the arguments in the syntax. So what is this database? What is this field? What is this criteria here? Now database, the range of cells containing the database. Field, an optional argument which specifies the field within the database for which you want to return the count. And next is range. Criteria, a range of cells that contain the criteria to specify which record should be included in the count. Next, subject, max, age greater than 8. Sorry. So here criteria is taking, the subject is max and age greater than 8 he is saying. He's taken some example. Okay, now let us go to the next slide. Here he's taken an example for explaining decount function. Now here in this example we have simple database on which stores the examination marks scored by 4 children in 3 different subjects. Okay, the 3 different, that is a name of the students is Amy, Bill, Sue, Tom. So this is about the 4 children who was scored it stores the examination marks. Okay, in 3 subjects. What are the 3 subjects is maths, English, science here. Okay, and this is a score, that is he is taking an example here. And let us go to the next slide. Here the example below uses the decount function to count the number of science examination scores recorded for male students. The criteria are specified in cells G1 to H2. Okay, here this is G1, G2, H1, H2 is taking, and the decount formula is shown in cell G3. See, comma score, comma G1 colon H2. Okay, now let us see. So he is saying decount open the bracket A1 to, that is A1 to E13. He is taking complete data in the Excel shell and he is checking with the that is a field. What is the field? Score. Here this is a field. Okay, score. He is taking field score and he is taking the criteria G1 H1, G1 colon H1, G1 to H1, that is science, subject is science, gender is male. So the above decount function finds that there are 2 rows for which the gender is male and the subject is science. However, only one of these rows contain a number in the score column. Therefore, the function returns the value 1. Okay. So subject science, gender male, science and gender male. Here we have only 1. See, 2. Subject to science, gender male, and again subject science, gender male. Actually we have 2. Okay. Let us go to the no, we are continuing here. What he is saying, only one of these rows, okay, row 13 contains a number in score column. 13 contains number in score column. Now when you say science mail, it is awaiting, okay. Here it is awaiting, we don't have any score. That is why he is saying only one of these rows contains a number in the score column, okay. Therefore the function returns the value 1. I think you have understood, students. Now let us go to the next slide. Next slide is about Excel decount a function. Okay, what is this Excel decount a function? Excel decount a function returns the number of non-blank cells in a field of a database for selected record only. Okay, non-blank cells means the cells which contain the data. Okay, now what is its syntax here? Decount a database comma field comma criteria. Now let us go to the next slide here. This slide explains about the arguments in the syntax. What is the database? A range of cells containing the database. Then field, the optional argument which specifies the field within the database for which you want to return the count of non-blank cells. Then criteria, a range of cells that contains the criteria to specify which record should be included in the count. Now here gender male, age is greater than 8. He has taken some example here and shown you under gender male, age greater than 8. Okay. Now let us go to the next slide. Here he is taking an example in which, okay, he is taking the same example previously he has taken for decount, okay, which stores the examination marks scored by 4 children in 3 different subjects. The same example is also taking for the decount a function. Now let us see here. Now example below uses the decount a function to count the number of science examination scores recorded for male students. The criteria are specified in cells G1 to H2 and the decount formula is shown here. Now see, the science, subject is science, gender is male, same thing condition. The difference between decount and decount A. Let us see what is happening here. The above decount function finds that there are 2 rows for which the gender is male and subject is science. As the score column for both these rows is non-blank, the function returns the value 2. Before we have seen for decount function, the function returns the value 1 because there in that one the value of score is not given. It is awaiting for one of the row and the other he has given the value 65%, but here in decount A, the according to decount A function, because it is non-blank, you have something because it is non-blank, because it is not empty. The columns are not, score columns are not empty for both these things. That is why it is returning the function value as 2. Okay students, I think you got the point here. The difference between count and decount functions. Now let us go to the next function is, next slide, which shows the other function is dget function. Now what is the use of this function? The Excel dget function returns a single value from a column of a database. It returns a single value from a column of database. The record is selected by a set of one or more user specified criteria. The syntax of dget function is dget open the brackets dbase comma field comma criteria. Now let us go to the next slide. This slide explains the arguments in the syntax, that is database, a range of cells containing the database. Next field, the field within the database from which the record is to be selected. Next criteria, a range of cells that contains the criteria to specify which record should be written. Now he has taken an example, that is subject is maths, age is greater than 8. Now let us go to the next slide. The same example, no, he is taking here. Now the example he is taking is about the sales figures, sales representative for each quarter of sales year. Okay. For explaining the dget function, the example he is taking is about the sales sales representatives. Okay, now let us go to the next function and next slide. In the example below, the dgef function is used to return the sales figure for sales rep Tina in quarter 4. Okay, what he is doing, the criteria are specified in cells F1 to G2 and dget formula. What he is saying here is he want to return the sales figure for sales rep Tina in quarter 4. So in quarter 4, so let us see for Tina, what is the sales rep Tina in quarter 4? What is the sales value you want to return? So 1,88,000. Here we can see here the same is $1,88,000. So how is writing the function? Now sales rep is taking sales rep Tina quarter 4. Okay, he's writing here like this in F1 to G2. Okay, now he's writing the function like this: dget, open the bracket, A1 colon D17. He's selecting all the cells here, data in all the cells. Okay, that is one, and the the field is he's taking sales. The field is sales and then criteria. Criteria here is F1 to G2. Tina and quarter. Sales rep Tina and quarter 4. You want to get the output. What is the value of sales? The above dget function finds the records in row 17, returns the value from the sales column. Therefore, the function returns the value 1,88,000. Okay, students, I think you are clear with this one. Here, see, the output is 1,88,000. Now, let us go to the next slide. The next slide is about Excel dmax function. Okay. Now, what is this Excel dmax function? It finds the maximum value in a field, okay, column. Field means column in a database for selected records only. Okay, for selected records only, it finds the maximum value in a field, that is column in a database for selected records. So, what is the syntax of dmax function? Dmax, open the circle bracket, database, field, criteria. Okay, this is the syntax. Now let us go to the next slide. This slide explains the arguments in the syntax. These are the arguments. These are arguments. Database, field, criteria. It is explaining this. Next, this is the next slide which is explaining the arguments. What is database? A range of cells containing the database. It is range of cells. What is database? Range of cells. What is field? It is a field is a column. Okay, the field, it is column within the database that you want the maximum of. You want to find the maximum value. Okay. Next, criteria. A range of cells that contains the criteria to specify which record should be included in the calculation. For example, he is taking the example here, quarter greater than 1, area not. Now let us go to the next slide. Here he is taking an example of sales representatives for sales is a sales figure example here. Sales figures about the 4 sales representatives over 4 quarters of a year. Okay, now let us see here taking the example of this table as an example and explaining how this dmax function of database in Excel is verified. Okay, how it is executing. Now, if from the example database we wanted to find the highest sales figure in the north area during quarter 2, we could use the dmax function as shown below. Okay, here see the criteria specified is F1 to. Here what he is saying, he want to find the highest sales figure in north area during quarter 2. Quarter is he is taking 2 and area north. Okay, now how is writing the function? Equal to dmax, that this is nothing but a syntax. What he is saying, database. What is the database here? A1 colon D17. Then next what is saying, field. See, next is field. What is the field? Field is that is sales. You want to find the value of sales. What is the output? Okay, how much sales? What is the figure of sales? Next one is a criteria. Okay, criteria is he want to see that see the sales value for the quarter 2 in the area north. For the quarter 2 in the area north is a condition. Okay. The above Dmax function calculates the maximum of the values in cells D6 and D7 and therefore returns the value. So let us see here D6 and D7. That is D6 is saying D6. Now what is saying here? During quarter 2 in north area. Okay. Quarter 2. Okay. Here this is a quarter 2 in north area. We have two types. That is Jeff and Chris. So he's taking two. That is 3,22,000 and 3,40,000. Okay. So maximum value of these two is, so D max means which is the maximum value here? Here is 3,40,000 is a maximum value of sales. Okay, so that's why he's returning a value $3,40,000. So I think students, you got the point. You understood the about the function D max. Now let us go to the next slide. The next slide is D min function. Okay, this function, this Excel dmin database function finds the minimum value in a field, in a column in a database for selected records only. So what is the syntax of this function is dmin, open the bracket, dbase, field, criteria. Okay. So let us go to the next slide. So this slide is explaining about the arguments in the syntax. That is what is database, the range of cells containing the database, field, the field column within the database that you want the minimum of, then criteria, a range of cells that contains the criteria to specify which record should be included in the calculation. Okay. Next, quarter greater than 1 area north. Now next slide. Let us go to the next slide, which here he's taking an example of students. Okay, the examination marks scored by 4 children in 3 different subjects. That is examination marks scored by 4 children in 3 different subjects. He's taking an example here to explain dmin function. Now let us go to the next slide, where he's taking the condition. From the example, we want to find the lowest score in science. Okay, from student aged over 8. Now, we want to find the lowest score in science from students aged over 8. Over 8 students is here 9. That is only science he is saying here. So we have two types of science students, that is female and male, and we want to find lowest. Here one of the female student of age 9 in science is scored 48% and the other is 65. The minimum is 48. That's why he is returning the value 48. See how he is entering. Subject is science, age is greater than 7. He is saying equal to D min, circle bracket open. He is taking all the values of range in the cell, and score. This is nothing but it is a column name, field name. Score is a field name, and this is a criteria. This is a condition here. This is a condition G1 to H2. Okay, G1 colon H2. So here the above dmin function calculates the minimum value in cells E10 and E13 and therefore returns the value 48%. Okay, students, I think you got the point. You understood how the dmin function works from this example. Now let us go to the next slide. Here the next slide is about another dbase function in Excel is database function in Excel is dproduct. So what is this dproduct? Now Excel dproduct function calculates the product of a field column in a database for selected records that satisfy user specified criteria. So here all the functions has to specify the user. It takes into consideration the criteria compulsory in database functions. The syntax of this function is dproduct, circle bracket open, dbase, field, criteria. Now let us go to the next slide. here next slide is explaining about the arguments of the syntax, that is what is dbase, what is field, what is criteria. So dbase is the array of cells containing the database, field the field column within the database that you want to calculate the product of, criteria a range of cells that contains the criteria to specify which record should be included in the calculation. So let us go to the next slide. Is he's taking the example of a simple database on the example of example which stores the ratings across three tests by two men on different dates. Okay, two men, only two men he's taking here, different dates, different types of dates he's taking and storing the ratings. Okay, tests. So test 1, test 2, test 3 and scores. So this is about the example. He's taken an example, a table for explaining the d product function. Now here in the example below, the d product function is used to calculate the product of Gary's scores on all three tests on 5th January 2017. Okay, so of all three tests on 5th January, Gary's score. So 5th January, Gary's score is on three tests. What is this one? 3, 4, 3. So score is 3, 4, 3. So 3, 4, 3. Score is test 1 is 3, test 2 is 3, test 3 is 3. 3 is a 36. Because it is a product, so he is multiplying the tree values. Okay. So here the above d product function calculates the product of scores in cells D5, D6 and D7 and therefore returns the value 36. Okay, here now let us see here. So what are the 5th on January 5th Gary here 3 into 4 12, 12 into 3 36. So is returning the output is 36. Okay students, I think you have understood the how what is d product function, what is its syntax and how it is working. Taking an example we have shown here. Okay, now let us go to the next slide. Okay, so here, so these are the database functions which in this class we have seen what are the how uh, how they are used, what purpose they are used, what are the syntax, and we have taken an example and explained each and every database functions. And still we have some more database functions which I'll be continuing in tomorrow's class. I think students, all of you are getting the points. So we have completed the database functions is d average, d count in this class, d count a, d get, d max, d min, and we have discussed about d product. Now in tomorrow's class we'll be discussing about the other functions is d standard, e stdev, then d stdebp, dsum, dvar, dvarp. Okay, I think you are clear with the explanations about the user. What is the function of each? What is the use of each function? Its syntax, and we have taken an example and explained how what will be the output when you use these functions in each and every slide. He's taking the example and explaining you the output of each and every function. Okay students, I think you are clear with the these data in you are clear with the database functions in Excel in today's class. Now I'll end the session here. Okay, bye students, bye for now.